What's up, Angel City? It's your girl Panda here, bringing you the first episode of 2024. So happy to be here. And of course, I am joined today by the one, the only Nina Kiefer is in the house. What's
Woo!
happening?
What is up, everyone? Happy 2024. Oh my goodness. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enable those notifications so you can join us live. We are your go-to Angel City podcast, here to bring you the latest and greatest and wowsy wows. We have a lot to cover today. Woo! Panda, how you
Yeah.
feeling?
I'm good. I'm good. We've done a lot of research. We have a lot of great content to go over. It has been some time since we have been behind the microphones, as far as in terms of an Angel City podcast. It was back in November. Sorry, folks. December came. I think we all got sick. We had holidays. Then the new year came, and then we did some fun stuff that we'll talk about here in just a moment. But yeah, we're gonna jump into this and just kind of tell you what's been going on with Angel City, what the off season has looked like, and what you can expect for this 2024 season. But before we
Absolutely.
get
But before we
into it,
get started, I want to just shout out some people in the comments. Andrew Sharp is here, Orange and Black Soccer Cast, and of course our friend Ben. Ben, you must have been like listening to Panda and I before we started, because we were definitely going on some quote tangents.
yes, from Shoresy, we love that show. And if you stick around to the end, then you might get a little glimpse into what we were kind of conjuring up. So hopefully you'll stick around for that. But yeah, so happy to see all of you here in the chat. If you have any questions or comments on any of the content that we are talking about, please throw it in there. If you're not watching this live and you're listening to it later, still do the same thing. Hit us up on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube as well. And we would love to chat and connect. But talking about connecting, I want to talk a little bit about something that we did a couple weeks ago that we had been talking about, and that was the United Soccer Coaches Convention. Nina, I know you must have been geeking out over this because it's like a soccer lover's dream, is it not?
Oh my goodness. It was so much fun. US Soccer is hosting this for their coaches. They get together, they do training exercises, there's on field sessions. It is so much fun to be there. And I cannot believe that I haven't gone before. It's one of those things where it's just so many people, so many vendors, and it's all soccer, and we're all there for the same reason. But I think I have two big highlights. And
Okay.
you can maybe talk about the first one, because the MASL exhibition game, that was so much fun.
Yes, we had such a good time. If you don't know what we're talking about, the MASL, the Major Arena Soccer League, which I do media for, the team out in Ontario, the Empire Strikers, they were doing a little bit of an exhibition game with the team down in San Diego, the San Diego Sockers. And it was just kind of a way to bring awareness to people in a place where soccer loving individuals come together and they can see these guys' talent on display. Because if you've never been to an indoor soccer match, boy, are you missing out. Those guys are so quick on their feet and so good. And so it was a futsal kind of match. So similar to indoor, but without the board. So you have to be even more precise with everything, because if it goes out, it goes out. In indoor, you've got the boards to bang it off of, but it also creates a whole different element. But check it out. Hit me up if you want to go see a game, because it's so much fun. But me and Nina and Christian, we all got to kind of MC this event. So we were doing live commentary while they were playing. We were interviewing people in the crowd, which Nina was so good about that. Did you have a good time with that?
Oh, it was so much fun. Anytime I'm around soccer, it's just a good time. But then you get me on a mic and I get to talk to people. I love it. It's just a good time. And it's weird because as an introvert, you would think no, but give me soccer and I'm in my happy place. But,
Yes.
it was definitely soccer overload. We were there 3 days. The convention actually goes, I think, 5 days. But one of the biggest highlights of the convention was the fact that the NWSL draft was right there.
Yes, it was. So we got to kind of do a sneak peek beforehand, like behind the curtain, literally, and
Are
see
we
the
allowed to
setup.
say now that we snuck in?
I mean, we didn't do anything, so it's not like they're gonna be like, "You're the ones that were, meddling," but we didn't. We just peeked behind the curtain while they were setting up and everything, and we were definitely, kind of behind the scenes. But yeah, it was really cool to be that close to it, and I can't say a draft has ever crossed my mind as something to attend in the live
Mhm.
faction, but It was definitely very cool to be a part of. One thing we're going to go over is who we picked up in that draft. But I know, Nina, I know you have a little bit of a tangent you would like to go off on when it comes to
Yeah, because we
that.
couldn't have an Angel City Chicks podcast without me being upset about something.
Exactly. I mean, and rants with Nina. Here we go.
So we're at the NWSL draft, and this is obviously professional women's soccer. We go inside into the nice room in the convention center. It's all beautiful. They've got the stage set up. There's fans. They're giving out popcorn. They've got pretzels. No bar.
No bar.
But that's not the biggest problem.
Do they even know who they are talking to? Come on.
She says with a glass of wine in her hand. But no bar, nowhere to really get drinks or anything inside. You could like bring in a water bottle if you wanted to. But it's a like 4-hour event and you're not going to have like a bar and more refreshment options. Once the pretzels and popcorn were gone, there was nothing else to eat. And if you wanted food or drinks, you had to leave.
Well, in retrospect, I look back and the reason they probably didn't have a bar and the reason they didn't have drinks was because of your second rant.
Well, also, as Stacy puts, can you imagine? We would have gone crazy. Yes, Stacy. That is very true because Angel City showed up. I think there were probably 40, 50 of us there and chanting, having a good time. And yeah, we would have really had fun if there was a bar, but still, at least some options of refreshments that we could have had would have been nice. But here's my biggest problem. Inside the space, so we all had to get patted down. You had to like go through security, wanded and everything in order to get into the space. Makes sense. Wasn't clear bag policy, but you had to get your bag opened and searched. But if you had to go to the restroom and you were a man, there was a restroom right inside.
Like if you could have thrown a rock and hit it from where we were sitting.
If you had to go to the restroom and you were a woman, you had to leave the room, go outside, and then get researched by security. Now, this is troubling to me because there was a women's restroom right next to the men's, but that one was off limits and only for the draftees. And do they really need their own bathroom? Couldn't we have just put like 3 more stanchions or cones and let anybody who needed to go to the bathroom go to the bathroom? Why? And everyone I talked to was like, yeah, we know it was stupid, but still had to tell y'all.
I mean, what is happening in these bathrooms where these draftees need to be protected from fans? I mean, come on. Like, we just want to go to the bathroom. I don't want to have to get patted down and assaulted again. I'm sorry. But yeah, it was really weird.
Quick. It was just annoying.
It was just stupid. Like, it was just one of those things where, again, you're like, yeah, they didn't really think this one through. So, always looking forward and hoping that they're going to get better. But whatever. It's not a big deal. Like you said, it's just kind of funny that like, really, why didn't they just make the men's restroom a women's and say men go outside?
Right.
Only because there were so many more women. That's the only reason I say that. I don't say that to throw shade on any guys at all. I just mean for every 10 women, there was 1 man. So
I would say 20 to 1.
Maybe. Yeah. So it was just
totally opposite of what the coaches convention was, which was like 50 men to 1 woman.
Right, exactly. Nina's playground.
But, they did do one thing right with the convention, and this was to support the idea of getting more women involved. They had free childcare. If you signed up for the convention and then pre-registered, for free, your children would be taken care of while you were there.
Wait a second. Could I have taken Christian and dropped him off?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Why did we have to sit there and babysit the whole time?
I don't know.
You didn't tell me this.
We
could have dropped our men off at childcare and everything would have been great, but no.
But overall, great time. We'll get more into the draft later. But first, we haven't been entirely dormant.
No, we have not. And I think that's why it doesn't feel like it's been so long since we've done a pod, because we did do a pod. We did a collaboration pod with some of our favorite people over there at Casual FC. Do you want to talk a little bit about this, Nina? Because this is all up in your wheelhouse.
Yeah, we had a ton of fun with Angela and Mario over at Casual FC Podcast. They are another Angel City pod. And we did kind of a 101 series. So we did soccer terms 101, 102, and 103, where we dove into like different definitions within soccer, different calls, different rules and regulations, and we just had fun with it. It was a great 3-part podcast that you can check out over on Casual FC's page. I loved every second of it, and we nerded out.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And, our theory behind this was there's a lot of people out there who might actually be new to the soccer world, because what I see whenever I think about the NWSL is we have a lot of people that just want to support the fact that women are on a professional platform. So they may not even have been soccer fans in the beginning, but they may see that there are women out here that maybe their children can look up to, and maybe they want to take them to see this. So maybe they don't know a whole lot about soccer, or maybe they've come to a game, but they have a lot of confusion, like, why is it like this and why did they do that? So we broke it down in a 3-part series to everything from, just the point system and, how that works, to formats and positions and everything. And, it was really cool, and it was fun to hear some of the stuff, because I certainly learned stuff as well as we go along, and it's really a good pod, and it's also highly entertaining as well. So check that out if you guys get a chance. Go over to Casual FC Pod and give those a listen. So that was a lot of fun.
We did them all in one night. So 101 starts the most serious, and by 103, Amanda and I think had worn Mario down.
Yeah, we tried to stay professional in the beginning, like we're the guests on your pod, like we'll adhere to the rules, and then we're like, all right, we've already done 2 of these. Let's go.
By 103, we're talking about like my fetishes with soccer players.
Yes. Yeah. We got into Nina and her fetish with gloves on soccer players, and just how much she loves stats. And
I'm blushing again already.
It got a little off the rails, but that's how we like it. So again, go check that out. It was so much fun, and again, it's very informative. So if you have someone in your life who is like curious about soccer or wants to get into it, send them on over there to listen to that, and that should help them get a good footing of what's going on, and then I think they will enjoy the games even more whenever they come out, now that they understand it. So anyways, that's what we did. What we want to do next real quick is just kind of gloss over what happened in December, and that was with the expansion draft news, because
literal brain overload through this podcast.
Right. So try to stay with us. We do have graphics to go along with some of this, so that'll help you digest it a little better. But just starting out, this is just to kind of grease the wheels to get going for how we're ultimately going to see as far as what our squad looks like. And the first big news that happened was the expansion draft news, where ACFC received $50,000 in allocation money and draft protection from Bay FC in exchange for forward Scarlett Camberos. And I know this was a very, very, very big point of contention for a lot of people. A lot of people were very happy with this move. Would you say, Nina?
Yeah, Scarlett's definitely got a huge following here at Angel City, but I like draft protection. I don't like surprises. So
That is true. That is true. Nina does not like surprises. So
there's a lot of stuff I would have done for draft protection. They could have had Christian Press.
Oh my God. Can we not? We're not there. We're not warmed up enough for that yet. We have people still can leave this pod because of your comments. So anyways, that was the first part of it. And then the Utah Royals FC received a 2024 international spot and $100,000 in exchange for draft protection as well. So during the expansion draft, we were not to be touched. And, so that's just how December kind of ended in terms of that. Now we'll go over some of the additions and subtractions that happened in just a moment, that those happened in December.
Yeah.
So,
but let's talk about more preseason fun, because, we got a schedule, but we also have a pre-schedule schedule.
Yeah, we have a preseason schedule, and then we also have the big schedule, which I can't wait to get into. Oh boy, do we have lots of fun content for that. But before we get into the season, obviously there was something that was announced before that. Nina, would you like to talk about the desert?
Yeah, so the Coachella Valley Invitational. So MLS tried this out last year. I think it's hosted by AEG, and they got a bunch of the MLS teams together in Indio in the Coachella Valley, and they all kind of played some like trial games. They had it open. It's general seating. There is a VIP area. It's not worth it. Don't do the VIP.
They were so far away from everything and like their own little like
so dumb.
area. Like,
But
geez, what are you
general
doing?
admission, it was a great time. JR and I drove out there, I think 2 or 3 times, like, there and back. Not too bad. I think, Panda, you came out once. But it
Yes.
was a fun time. It was a good watch. You know, you're right there close to the game. There's a restaurant in the parking lot. I had a great time. And this year, they're expanding from just MLS teams to also include NWSL. So it's going to be a super fun time. We've
And it's
got a schedule for that. So,
yes.
on what happens to be the second most important day of the year, you know, there's two very, very important days in the year. The first is May 26th, and then just behind that would be February 20th being an important day. I
Yeah,
joke
thanks.
on this because that happens to be Panda's birthday. So
Yes, mine
Tuesday,
is.
February 20th, San Diego Wave FC playing Bay FC at 12 p.m. Pacific in Coachella. This will be cool because it'll give us an opportunity to see what Bay FC is up to, but I expect San Diego to thrash them. If they don't, I don't know what to do.
It's gonna be
But
interesting. But
yeah.
we get to watch Angel City against a new team as well, and I'm pretty excited for this. So this one might be one that we try to make it out to. I have not looked at my schedule to see what is all conflicting. I'm sure something is, but on Saturday, February 24th, the Wave FC are going to play Portland at 11, and then following that, Angel City FC will be playing Bay FC. So that'll be our first look at Bay FC, which I think there's already a rivalry happening.
Oh,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? We
Let's
heard
do
it,
it.
we saw it at the draft. So this is going to be a spicy little match. That's going to be at 1 o'clock down in Coachella Valley. So hit us up if you're going to be down there. It would be fun to go down there. I think so. So definitely not making the
Absolutely.
Tuesday, February 20th game because, I mean, one, it's a Tuesday. I know I have it off. I always take my birthday off, but that's not how I'm going to spend it. I apologize. So,
Fair enough.
anyways, so by that time, we will get to see all of these new acquisitions that we're about to highlight. Yeah, let's just get
Yeah.
into it. You want
Holy
to?
cow. I mean, we are definitely already in preseason training. We've got players out there. So let's talk about who is on this team of ours because there has been movement. All
There
right.
has
What do you want
definitely
to kick
been.
it off?
Yeah, I will kick it off. So let's start about, well, this wasn't our first one. I think the next one we talk about was our first one, but it's just the way the graphics fell and it really doesn't matter, right? Because I made it. So, anyways, our first acquisition that we had in the offseason was a much needed position that we needed, which was midfielder. Because when we talk about the deletions off our squad, you're going to know that that was definitely something they were gunning for as far as picking up. And we did that by way of our rivals down in San Diego. From the Wave, we got Maggie Doherty Howard. Oh, I like this one. I'm excited for this one. I mean, she had 17 appearances in all competitions. She was part of a Shield winning team last season. She graduated from the University of Florida. She's played for the Spirit and the Pride as well. So we've got some experience, which I think is very important because we have a lot of newbies on our team this year. So I think having some veteran presence is very important,
I was just
especially
going to
in
say
that
veteran
midfield.
presence. Fill them in and run them up.
Run them up, veteran presence. All right. Anyway, so that was our first acquisition that I want to talk about to our squad. Nina, would you like to proceed with our next?
Yes, I think the next one I would argue is probably the most exciting. So we had one Thompson, now we have two Thompsons.
We got
Now
Thompson
everyone,
squared.
two Thompsons. Everyone has said that Giselle is actually better than Alyssa. When you listen to the rumblings, Giselle was signed like 2 days before her 18th birthday. Got a shout out Imelda because I'm pretty sure she made Giselle a cake, and that's freaking cool.
Right.
Yeah, her accolades have to deal with getting a driver's license. No, I'm just kidding. She's freaking 18, so she's played at high school level, and she's been dang good. She's the first high school student athlete to partner with Nike alongside Alyssa, and she signed that in 2021. And she has been on a roll ever since. I really like this because she's a local girl. She's going to play with her sister, and we know it's going to be good. Hey, what's up, Mario? Mario is here now. Mario, you missed our shout out to you earlier.
I know. He'll have to go back and listen
Blush
to
about
this. All right. Well, welcome, Giselle Thompson. I know she was saying today how seeing her sister out there makes her so much more comfortable. I can only imagine being her age and being in the position she's in. It's got to be so nice to have
Yes.
a little bit of that comfort, somebody I mean, that's a lot, and I think that's only going to help her develop quicker and faster and even more efficiently having her there. So I'm excited to
Absolutely.
see, and I love
And the
that they play.
defender. And we got a defender.
That's true. I was getting ready to say that,
Oh,
Christian. Inter- He interrupts me all the time, so I'm so used to this. No, that's what I was gonna say. I love that they play different positions. We've got her as a forward and her as a defender. So when we say one's better than the other, it's really hard to gauge that because they don't even play the same position. So I'm excited to see them both together out on the pitch and soon enough. Now, let's get into the NWSL draft and who we picked up and just a little bit about them. No, we did not go back and watch tape on all of these players. We do not have an in-depth analysis on their playing style and how they're going to fit into. I have no idea, but I'm going to tell you who they are, and you know what? We can all just go down the rabbit hole together if we really care. We can just wait and see what they do on the pitch themselves. But our first big pickup after how many rounds did we wait? Was it
too
the fourth
many.
round?
Third round,
Third
right?
round, 30 something?
37th pick, and then the 45th pick, and then the 53rd
50.
pick, and
Yeah.
3.5 hours.
Yeah, we were there for a long time, but it's certainly worth the wait. We picked up another midfielder and a solid midfielder in what I can read from these accolades, and that of Felicia Knox. She's from the University of Alabama, Roll Tide, and she actually holds the University of Alabama's career record in assists. She set the Alabama record in single season assists and single season assists per game. She was named SEC Midfielder of the Year. I mean, she's got a pretty long list, and I'm actually very shocked that she went that late in the draft. I mean, so I'm really excited to see what she has to offer. And I don't know, maybe Angel City did a little wheeling and deal and was like, no touchy, no
Dibs.
touchy.
We got
Yeah,
dibs.
dibs. They called dibs, and that's how we got her. So
I
I'm
wouldn't
excited
be
to.
surprised if there's some under the table
There's a
shenanigans
lot
going
of
on.
talking during the draft, a lot of inter-table talking. I'm sure there's got to be. These teams all want to have good teams and have good quality, so I get it. I get it. But no, I'm excited. She seems super excited. We got to go out to the red carpet with her and a bunch of all the supporters that were there and take a picture with her. I think you can see the side of our faces. We were so far on the end of the picture, but we are there. I promise.
Yeah.
So that
And
one's
then,
fun.
we got another pick. So we got Madison Curry, also a defender. She went to Princeton University, and she's been first team All Ivy League in 2019, 2021, and 2023. And then in 2023, she was also her team captain. So I love this pick for us because she's going to bring, I feel like, a lot of soccer IQ and vocality on the back line that you expect from a defender. So very excited to have her joining us as well. She's got great accolades and fantastic hair, I have to say. This is
I
what I
mean,
want my hair to look like when I go to the hairstylist.
same. I'm like, oh my gosh, but yeah, I need her hair. She just looks like a California girl, but again, she went to Princeton, so she's super smart. So you're correct in saying that high soccer IQ. It's got to translate in some way back there on that back line. So super exciting there. Now let's move on to the third pick that they had. We're bringing in another midfielder. You can't have too many midfielders because there's so
We like to
many.
play them other places.
Right, we like to use them for however we need them, and it might not be there. Goalkeeper, maybe, who knows? But this was Jessica Garziano. She went to St. John's University, and she was St. John's Midfielder of the Year, the Big East Midfielder of the Year, unanimous All Big East first team, and All Big East first team and second team in the previous years as well. So a lot of great things under her belt. So excited to see what she's going to bring to our midfielder. I don't know what type of midfielder she is. If you listen to our Soccer 101 pod that we did, we talk about the different ways that midfielders can play, whether it's holding or defensive or attacking. And, that's why I think it's good to have different types of midfielders because they can all bring different things to the table. They're not just I'm going to, get the ball and shoot it in the net. They actually have a purpose. So I love it. I love it.
All right. Next up, we signed a South Korean international player, Casey Fair. Also excited for this one. Casey brings a lot to the table. She's played In the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup, she played all 3 matches for her country. She had 3 goals in 4 senior caps for South Korea. She is a forward, and I love this. We need some goal scorers out on the pitch, so she is going to bring a lot to us. She was actually also the youngest player to ever play at a FIFA Women's World Cup at 16 years and 26 days old when she represented South Korea in 2023. So we are building a young team here with a veteran presence.
Yes, absolutely. I'm excited for her. She actually almost had a goal in the actual World Cup, which was pretty exciting. I saw that highlight. So I'm excited. I mean, she looks like, a big forward up front that we can use. We definitely need that. So very happy with this signing. Excited to see what she can do. And she seems very happy to be here as well. Now, we talked about the newbies. Let's talk about again how much we need veteran presence because I feel like the best young new player in the world still may not be as good as the okay player that actually has all the experience because a lot comes with that. So we have that now in the midfield in that of Rocky Rodriguez. This is pretty exciting. I know we've said her name a lot on the pod when we were playing against the Portland
Mhm.
Thorns. And yes, that is where she came from. She had 72 appearances there between 2020 and 2023. She had 7 goals. She was part of the Challenge Cup champions and the Shield and NWSL champions as well. So she is no stranger to lifting a trophy. So her arms are very well worked for that. So hopefully she's ready to go. She's been in 2 FIFA Women's World Cups, and she is the most prolific goal scorer in her team's history as far as Costa Rica goes on the international level. So pretty exciting to see that. I think she's going to bring a lot of knowledge to that midfield. She's going to help mold the minds of these new midfielders that we just acquired in this draft. And I'm super excited for this one.
Absolutely. She holds it down in the midfield, and we know we need that. I think we're going to see her as a starter. That's my opinion, but we'll see what happens. We don't know how these players are playing yet on the pitch and the dynamics, but to me, Rocky is a starter, and I'm really happy to be able to welcome her to this team. Also, Costa Rica, awesome.
Love
We've
it.
been now,
Love
so
it.
we can say that, but very excited to have her join us. And it's not over yet, folks. We got more for you. So we also acquired Japanese goalkeeper Hannah Strombow from, I'm going to probably butcher this.
I know. That's why I gave it to you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Omayo Ardilla Ventus. I probably said that very Spanish, but it's a league in Japan. And in
Good job, Nina.
exchange,
Good job.
they got a $10,000 transfer fee. Like we said, goalkeeper. She's got dual nationality in the USA and Japan. She's played professionally in Japan since 2016. And now she is coming here. She is going to be a keeper for us. So I really love this because we needed to fill a keeper spot. We'll talk more about that a little bit later.
Yep. No, I'm excited to see what she's got to offer. This is going to be a lot of fun, and yeah. So let's kind of move forward. We talked about the new acquisitions, people that we brought into our team that were not here before. But let's talk about with our OGs, who's in, who's out. Let's start with the positives. I mean, I put it up front first and foremost, and you know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, yeah. Our girl, she is back. And I am so grateful because I think I would have cried if we hadn't re signed Sarah Gordon.
Yep. I think everybody was so relieved and happy whenever that finally happened. We knew it needed to happen, and it did. So, Sarah Gordon, we are so happy you're back with the
Check.
squad. You have re-signed. Check that one off our list of worries. And as far as midfielders go, we talked about needing them, and thankfully we do have Clarice Lebion, who did renew her contract, so she will be
Woo-hoo.
staying. And I'm excited to see more and more of her. I feel like every time she gets out there, she gets better and better. And she's a very, very good player, and I think she'll make a big impact on this team.
Yep. After that, Madison Hammond sticking on with a new contract. Really excited for this one. And then we got some coaching news. I'm super excited for this one because I'll start with the first half of it because we actually know this coach. And when we saw him at the coaches convention, we got to give him a hug. And when we were talking with all the Angel City coaches, it was really cool to be able to see we win.
Lee Win is going to be on our coaching staff. I am so excited for this. Yeah, if you follow LAFC, he was on our team a couple seasons ago, and he was just a funny guy. If I can ever find the picture that I have where I was taking a picture with Laurent Simon, he's in the background doing one of these, like
Oh,
tongue
yeah.
out, trying to photobomb my picture. So you can just tell he just has a lot of fun, and he's just a really cool guy. And
Oh,
I
he's
know
amazing.
he had yeah, was he coaching was it
Spirit.
the
Spirit.
Spirit? Yeah, he was
Yep.
on the Spirit coaching
He
staff and
definitely coached Spirit. And then also, Lee Win, fun fact, when my cousin Lauren got married to her husband Bryce pre-COVID, Lee Win actually recorded them a congratulations message. So like for
why?
free, not like on Cameo. Like I just said, hey Lee, my future
What
cousin-in-law
what
Bryce is a huge Lee Win fan.
oh, is he?
He's a huge Lee Win fan. I texted Bryce when we hugged
Why?
him, and Bryce's response is, "You're never going to lose again."
I I didn't even know he liked soccer.
Yeah, he loves soccer. Here, hold on. Let me find it for you. I will read you word for word, unless there's expletives, what he
Alright.
said.
Well, you look
So,
that up and I'll oh, do you want me to keep going?
oh yeah, so I said I just hugged Lee Win, and he put AKA the GOAT. I said he was just announced as a new assistant coach for Angel City, so he's coming back to LA. He goes, epic. Now they won't lose a game.
Oh my god, that's amazing. I don't why did I not ever know this story? Again, I didn't even
Oh yeah,
know like, they never came to games, so I didn't expect that they liked it. So, why did they ever come?
they came to one. I don't think you were there though.
Well, then
Lauren came. Lauren came. Bryce didn't. Bryce went, and he sat on the other side. He sat with a different friend.
whatever. Anyways, all right. Move on with your coaching staff changes.
All right. We also have another name that I'm probably going to butcher, but Ellery, right? Ellery?
Ellery Earnshaw.
Okay. Is now moving from assistant coach to first assistant.
Yes. So nobody knew, but just promoted up. So apparently they liked what they saw. So and then the addition of Lee Win, I think, is huge. So I'm super excited to see him. Like I said, we saw him at the hotel lobby whenever we were at the Marriott for the coaches convention after everything it was shut down, and we all gathered and having drinks and stuff. And they're just so nice. Everybody was. We saw Becky Tweed, we saw Lee Win, we saw Angela Hookless, and it was just a lot of fun. So
We also saw Freya. And
oh
Freya
yeah,
actually stopped me and gave me a hug. She's actually doing really well. She's now an assistant coach at Current, and
correct.
she's having a great time over there. So it was nice to see her and to get to catch up a little bit.
Love that for her. So, I mean, we always want to see people do well and exceed?
So
Exceed life.
I
What
want
does
to
that even mean?
exceed
I want you to exceed life. Does that mean I don't know how you outlive it, but
exceed
whatever.
expectations.
Yeah, I know. Leave me alone. It's been a long day. All right, let's move on. Lily Nabet, she resigned ahead of the 2024 season. Defender Megan Reed resigned, and we also had Elizabeth Eddy resign as well. So those are the OGs that are staying with the squad. Now, Nina,
Oof.
I want you to go through the deletions from our squad. These are people
Oh,
that
these hurt.
decided to go elsewhere voluntarily or just did not have their stuff extended or were traded or loans extended. So yeah, well, I want
Okay.
to hear your thoughts.
The first one, the one that pisses everyone off the most, Savannah McCaskill. And good riddance. I'm done with her. She's dead to me.
Tell us how you really feel, Nina.
Savannah McCaskill is going to San Diego Wave, where she can be pushed harder and win a championship because of everything they've done. Screw you, Savannah. You don't know North from South.
Right? Your video where you were trying to shade us, you were running the wrong way. You were running towards LA. So subconsciously, I think you still want to be here, but good luck with that.
After
I don't
everything
know.
we did for her, after how much love and support she got, it really hurts how much
So
she burned Angel City.
I'll address the comment in the chat. What did she do? So when players get traded or players move and leave on, like most of the time we get it. Everybody's doing the best they can for their situation. I totally get it. I think it's just sometimes in the narrative, it is like you feel like they're throwing shade at their former team, and people don't like to hear that. They
The
don't want to
classy
know.
move is
Right?
always,
You
thank
uh,
you for my time. Bye.
did she even do that?
No.
She did not even give a thank you, Angel City, for my time here. It was great, blah, blah, blah. It was basically, I needed to go somewhere that where I could win championships and force myself to be better. And that's what it was. And then she had a little TikTok video that she filmed where she looked like she was, barely running. And she's like, was this playing for LA while she's
Yeah,
running really slow? And then she went really fast, which I don't know how fast it is for her, but she tried to go really fast and said playing for San Diego. So say what you want to say, but either way, the way they filmed it, she was running with the beach, the ocean was behind her and she was running towards LA. So
it was
the
just
whole
all
thing
wrong.
was just like chaos and it was dumb. And I just think that if you're going to leave a franchise, like you don't have to throw shade. You can wholeheartedly go and accept a position with a new team while simultaneously respecting your old team, unless they just
Right?
outright did you dirty, something happened and you want to talk about it, I get it. But if nothing happened and you really just do want to do all the things she said, you don't have to say it and do the things that you've done in that way. I think that just put a really sour taste in everyone's mouth. And I have no doubt she is going to be booed anytime that she is in our stadium. I
Every time she
don't doubt
touches
it.
the ball,
Yeah,
after
absolutely.
everything, yeah.
So
Screw you, Savannah McCaskill. All right,
yeah,
people
I
that left
agree.
on positive notes, though.
I do agree with what he says. This league is so small, like, it's best to just say thanks and move on. Absolutely. Like,
It's not that
that's what
hard.
you do. We all know each other. We all want this league to grow. There's no reason to be shady about anything. It should all be, wow, what an opportunity. This was fantastic. I can't wait to, see what what I can gain, from this next experience in my life. That's all you
Yeah.
got to do. So,
All right,
anyways, we're done.
let's talk about people who left with grace. Sad to mourn the breakup with Danny Weatherholt. Oh, that one
Oh,
hurts.
does this one hurt, Nina?
It hurts so much. It hurts so, so much. I really love Danny, and I'm gonna miss her a lot. And
I'm gonna miss
also,
her hair and the fact that she never put it up in a proper way, and it always drove me crazy. Like,
I
she had
loved
this
that.
she had this heavy low ponytail that I'm like,
Oh, I love that.
I just wanted to tighten it a little and be like, "Come on, tighten your ponytail, girl." You know
Oh, it
how the
always gave me Princess in the Woods vibes. Like, she
I
gets dressed with, like, little birdies and chipmunks.
they're, like, bringing in the bows and, like, dressing her and
Yes,
stuff. No,
and then she goes out and she plays amazing soccer. That's my
she's fan
favorite Disney princess.
she's fantastic. She's gonna be hugely missed. I hate that we couldn't do something to keep her here, but who knows? I mean, she's gonna miss it too. I mean, she did such a nice tribute to the organization she worked with while she was here. I think it was like football for her or something. There was
Yeah.
some things that she was a part of that she's definitely gonna miss. So good luck to her. And yeah.
All right, another heartbreak, Simone Charlie.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
she was a
was
good one.
I didn't see this one coming. I mean, maybe they know something we don't and wanted to let her go. Maybe
I mean, she wasn't getting as much playing time with us, and she's still young, so you need to go somewhere where you're gonna get that time. I understand this one.
I guess, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe they just didn't. Maybe the injuries were too much, and they're like, we just can't risk it. Like she was plagued with those, unfortunately, and we just never got to see her at our best. I don't think with our squad, and that's unfortunate because I saw flashes of like quickness and tenacity on the ball and some brilliance there, but. Unfortunately, we're not going to get to see that with our squad, but maybe we'll see it with another squad when they're playing someone other than us.
Yeah.
So
Then another one that really hurt, Brittany Eisenhower. I still am going to follow her on Instagram and TikTok because I love everything she posts. She is so fun to watch on Instagram and on socials. But that's a sad loss, and I feel like it had to come because we know we had that other goalkeeper swap due. And honestly, I've said this before. Brittany deserves to be a starter.
she's
I'm
great.
starting.
Yeah,
So
she's great. Isn't she like a hair model too?
I would pay her to be a hair model. I
Like
pay
I've
her to be
seen
an everything
some no,
model.
like no doubt I've seen some ads pop up for some of like the hair growth stuff. I don't know if it's like Pros or Nutrafol or whatever. If you're on a hair growth journey like me, you'll know what I mean. They all pop up now that I've searched one, so of course I get them all. But I
And now
swear
you're like gonna start it for everyone that's listening to our podcast.
everybody, you're all gonna get hair growth stuff. If you're over a certain age, you know what I'm talking about. But I'm pretty sure she did a commercial for one of those companies because her hair is so amazing, and
All right.
and I love that for her. But anyways,
All
moving
right.
on.
Defender Vanessa Gilles has had her loan extended. She is staying over in France for a little while longer. We still own her, but she is not with us right now. Good.
I mean, if we see her as much as we did last season, then yeah, we won't see her at all. So,
Yeah.
oh, I don't
Nope.
know. I
In
mean,
my mind, it means she's happy. So
it does, but what are we getting out of that? Like,
cash
what like
money.
when we extend the loan, they give us more money, and she goes and plays, and we just. I
And we
mean, I
just
get
sign
that.
people like Giselle Thompson.
I guess, yeah. That's what I was wondering for anybody who out
I
there
mean,
is like,
Sarah's
why do
healthy.
this?
So I don't.
Well, and we did sign some defenders.
We
So,
did.
like you said, Giselle, we've got her. We've got some. We've got some good ones out there, and I get that. I'm just wondering, like, at what point do you not just like if someone's happy and they like that? At what point do you not just sell
Giselle?
them? Yeah,
I have no idea.
that's that. I guess that was probably more of the question I wanted, but
I don't know. Do you want
anyways,
to call Angela?
sure. Let me get her. Oh wait, I would get her on the phone, but my phone is currently acting as my ring light because you have my ring light from the coaches convention.
I'm using it.
So the ring light Nina is holding, if you're on YouTube, is mine, and I've been doing podcasts in the dark. And today I realized, you know what? I'll just use my flashlight from my phone. So if all of a sudden I go dark, it's because my phone died, guys. So sorry. So sorry. But that's okay. You're not here for my face. You're here for the content, and the
This
content
is a
will not.
professional podcast. We use our
Anyways,
phone as light.
if this light goes out, I'm gonna be mad because I washed my hair and did my makeup when I didn't have to today because I didn't leave the house. So all right.
Oh, all
One
right.
last one that we want to talk about that, and we've already talked about it, but just so we tie it up with a nice bow, Nina.
Scarlett Camberos traded for draft protection.
It says, I put in the notes traded for protection. It just sounds like hostile.
Yeah, I added the adjective in there.
I love that. So, all right. Well, we've talked about these additions. We've talked about the subtractions. We've talked about the extensions. What does our squad look like right now, Nina? Like all of this mumbo jumbo in our heads that we've just said, what does this all mean for us?
I wish that this on the slide, if you're on YouTube, didn't look like as much mumbo jumbo, but we tried to condense it all down. So we've got 3 goalkeepers: Angelina Anderson, Ali Agur, and Didi Harris. Oh, 4
No,
goalkeepers.
you have 4. Sorry. Real quick. I added
Okay.
Hannah to this because this was before she was signed. So there are actually 4 goalkeepers because we have
Yes.
the non-roster invitee.
Yes. So Ali is a non-roster invitee. And then we've also got Didi, of course, and then Hannah has signed on. So I don't think Ali is going to stick around, but it's good to get looks.
That's some staunch company to be in, and if she is good enough to knock one of those off of that spot, then absolutely stay. So, I mean, I love that they're giving her a chance.
All right. 11 defenders: Madison Curry, Elizabeth Eddy, Vanessa Gilles, who's technically on loan,
So no.
Sarah Gordon, Merritt Mathias, Paige Nielsen, Sasha Pickard, who is currently a non-rostered invitee, Megan Reed, Ali Riley, Jasmine Spencer, Giselle Thompson, and of course our girl M.A. Vignola.
I mean, I like this defensive structure right here. I mean,
Yeah.
of course, MA, who was our rock star last year, 1000% holding it down. She looks like she is ready to go in all the videos I've seen. So definitely her and Sarah Gordon. And then, I mean, of course, Paige Nielsen
Giselle.
and Giselle Thompson. I mean, there's so many names. Allie Riley, who is our captain again this year, by the way, and Sarah Gordon is co-captain. So defenders holding it down back there.
Yeah.
I think our defensive line is
Solid.
perfect. So
Solid.
I like it. Solid.
All right.
I have no problem with it moving forward.
11 midfielders. Another exciting moment. Maggie
Yes.
Doherty Howard, Jessica Garzinia. Madison.
Garziano.
I can't read.
Yeah.
You know it's too small font. You don't make the font big enough.
Your boyfriend is Italian. He would be so upset. You can't say Garziano. Jesus, woman.
All right. Madison Hammond, Amandine Henri, Felicia Knox, Sam Kroger, Clarice Lebion.
Non-roster.
What?
Non-roster.
Sam, non-roster invitee, Clarice Lebion, Maggie Lena, Lily Nabet, Rocky Rodriguez, and Claire Winter, a non-rostered invitee.
Maggie Lena is also a non-roster invitee.
You want to
You didn't
just
want
do
to.
this? You
You
want
didn't
me
want to
to?
say that?
You
Well,
just
I
want
figured
to
you
do?
it's there in words. I figured you could read it. I'm sorry. I forgot you can't read. My bad. That was
It's so
bad.
mean to me, guys.
Uh, what do you think about our midfielders? What are your thoughts? I mean, we
I
have a
see power. I see youth. I see attacking. I see defensive. I see options, and I love it.
I feel like we have a good mix of some veterans with, like you said, some young speed. I mean, Amandine Henry, of course, is huge having out there Clarice Lebion. I'm excited to see what these new girls have to offer. And then obviously, well, we'll talk about this in a minute. So here, I'll move on from that. Go ahead and talk about the forwards.
All right. The forwards. I'll see if I can do this one to Amanda's standards. We have 7 of them. Claire
There's no way
Emsley.
you can't. There's no non-roster invitee on here.
You never know. So we've got Claire Emsley, June Endo, Katie Johnson, Sydney LaRue, Casey Fair, Kristen Press, and Alyssa Thompson.
All right. Well,
Well, I think Max let one thing out of the bag. For the first time in a while, Kristen Press doesn't have this lovely acronym SEI next to her name. So that
that's
stands for
true.
season-ending injury. And we know this time last year, they had already announced that she would not play in 2023. She already had a season-ending injury from 2022. So we can expect Kristen Press to be playing, right?
Well, we'll get into that in a minute. Why are you trying to spoil alert?
Because I'm excited.
We're not there yet, Nina. Hold
Oh,
on. Hold your horses. Let's talk about what we just talked about. One thing I want to ask, when it says non-roster invitee,
people
how
that
do
they haven't actually signed.
so where do they come from? Do they just come on off the streets? Do they ask, "Hey, can I try out?"
So
Like
Giselle was kind of a non-rostered invitee for a while last year because she was coming out, she was training with the team, but she wasn't on payroll. She wasn't. It's like an extended tryout.
that's what I'm wondering. And like, how do they seek them out? Do they seek the team out? Is it a combination of both? I'm just curious. Is it somebody that maybe they saw at, I don't know, a WPSL game where they're like, you're great. Do you want to come and like train with us? Kind of
All of the
situation.
above.
Okay.
Lots of different ways they can come about. Obviously, you got to get invited. I don't think they're going to invite me,
Okay. Got it. I
especially
mean,
since I'm being called out for my crazy squirrel energy. Yeah, no.
a little bit, but that's
Uh,
okay.
I'll take a little breather. No.
I thought you were tired. Look at you. Did you drink something?
It's just adrenaline.
It's just chaotic energy
Chaotic
manifesting.
energy.
So
My brain is overloaded and I am here.
are you? I love it. I love it. Okay. So again, we've gone over that. I only wanted to hit on that in case anybody listening didn't know what non-roster invitee meant. I mean, I was just trying to clear that up so that you guys know they're there. They're basically training for a spot on the team if they can, but there are definitely no guarantees at all. They may say thank you. Um, move along now. So, but either way,
It's like they're
um,
dating. They're not exclusive yet. They're just dating.
right. And they may not, they may not want to, extend that date. So that's okay. So yes, they're on trial, as they say, as Orange and Black Soccer Cast has pointed out, they are trialists. So either way, these 32 players, they're going to train under head coach Becky Tweed, first assistant coach Ellery Earnshaw, assistant coach Lee Wynn, technical assistant coach Mikkel Bates, and performance analyst Oliver Blitz. And what I'm not seeing is a goalkeeper coach.
Right?
I'm questions about that.
Daniel Ball, we know, said bye-bye, I guess to go.
Did they not want to fill his position? Did they say
Got this.
bye?
Got this. Let me warm up.
Nina, are you going in?
God, no. That's the one thing I couldn't do. Are you kidding? I have no hand-eye coordination. You'd be a better goalkeeper coach than me.
No, not as a goalkeeper, as a coach.
No, I'm going to take Mario's suggestion and I'm going to go in and referee the practices. And I got my own cards.
That's true. Nina does have her own card. She has her own referee booklet. She is all the nerd wrapped into one with that. So please, again, if you haven't listened to Soccer 101 podcasts and 2 and 3, please do that because you'll find out what I'm dealing with.
All right. Can I finally talk about Kristen Press?
All right. So let's go ahead and plop up on the screen what we're talking about, what we saw today, and let's all make our own inferences. Nina's going to definitely tell us what she thinks. If anyone else wants to chime in, please do so. So Saw this today, of course, on Twitter. Kristen Press tweeted out, "Hi, folks. As you'll see, I'm still not yet in team training, working hard every day to get back and get ready for the season. Excited for what 2024 will bring. Thanks for the love. Please keep it coming." So, what does that say to you, Nina?
I'm just frustrated. Like, I get it. She's had so many setbacks, and I can't imagine the toll it's taking on her because she does want to play. Like, I feel like at this point, if she didn't want to play, we wouldn't be going through this constantly.
Of course.
But
Yeah, she would have
oh
already
my
parted ways.
God.
I know. It's frustrating. I mean, who could we have in that position that could make an impact, to be honest? I mean, and is she going to be the same player that she was before her injury? I
No.
mean, that is such a terrible thing to go through. I mean, don't want to downplay that at all. She's ACL surgery alone, bad. And then to have to go through 3 additional surgeries past that, things in there are just angry and messed up and just not the same. I mean, I hope she proves us wrong. That is what I hope. I hope she proves us wrong. I hope she hits the ground running once she is cleared and she's like,
I
"Listen,
hope she
I'm here."
scores from kickoff at this point.
Right. So, but it is frustrating to see because I feel like we see a lot of these same messages of, like, "Hang in there, guys, like, I'm almost there, like, I can't wait to come back." But, I just don't know. I
I feel
just
like at this point, we would have had better luck if you or I started training to play soccer and tried out for the team.
I love that you think that that could happen. I could run for days. That's fine, but kicking
You
the
run,
ball,
I kick.
I mean, I'll just run interference the whole time, and then they'll
That's all we
figure
need.
out at some point I'm not actually touching the ball, and then they'll give up on me. So, anyways, again, it is sad news that she's still not there. I think we all wanted her to, like, kick this off with a bang, but I don't think that's it. I don't know that we're gonna see her. I'm halfway through the schedule. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
A big
again,
salary to not be on the bench or
there's
to
a
not be in
lot of
training.
money, and that brings me back to my original question, like, what player would we be able to fill that position with if we, ultimately we're like, "Listen, we gotta start winning games, we gotta start having players, like, love you, but, I don't know." I get it.
Could have
This team,
traded her instead of Scarlett Kimberos.
I don't think they would
That's
have taken that trade. They could have offered it, and they might have declined it. Who knows that they didn't?
this is true. We
So,
do not know.
either way, again,
Oh,
we want the best for her and our team. We hope that those are the same things at the end of the day, is all I'm going to say about that. Now, the long anticipated, awaited for time that taken way too long because I have to schedule all my stuff 6 weeks in advance, and this really puts a wrench in my plan. We got to schedule, y'all.
woo! Yes, indeed. Super excited for a schedule. Finally.
Right. So let me hit a few little notes before we get into our specific schedule. We're going to talk about the home and aways. We're also going to talk about the streaming services and how many you have to have. But before I get into that, I did want to mention that ABC and ESPN platforms are going to combine to showcase a total of 20 matches during the season. And ABC will air 4 games, including the season opener on March 16th, and not ours. We'll get into that in just a second. Um, and 3 playoff matches. ESPN will televise 7 matches. ESPN2 will air 9, and ESPN Deportes will broadcast 13 in Spanish. And all 20 games in the ESPN package will be streamed live in both English and Spanish on ESPN Plus. Now, the only one that we really need to take note of is Saturday, March 30th, Kansas City Current versus Angel City FC at 2:30 p.m. I don't know if that's Central Standard or whatever time because it's from their website. So good luck. But it is on ESPN and ESPN Plus. So out of those packages, that is the one that's going to be on ESPN and ESPN Plus. Now, before we get into the actual schedule itself, let's talk about what's happening on March 15th.
All right. March 15th. I'm actually very excited for how this is going to play out. Now, if you'd asked me when the season ended, if I was excited, I would have been like, meh. But now I'm like, ooh, the Challenge Cup. And we know the Challenge Cup is taking a new form. We're going to see the winner of the NWSL season last year play the Shield winner. So the champions versus the Shield winner. The what would have been European winner because they won the most games based on points, San Diego Wave, versus the winner of playoffs, which was New York, New Jersey, Gotham, are going to play each other on March 15th. And I say I'm now very excited about this because Gotham got moves during the offseason. They literally said, oh, you play for the U.S. women's national team? We're all going to get together over here.
What's funny is the NWSL like season winner, the actual cup winner, is now even more stacked. So this is going to be very interesting to see. Now, for most people that don't know, the Challenge Cup, obviously, do we need to touch on that real quick on how it
Yeah, just go
changed?
back in time to the Fugazi Cup.
Yeah, our Fugazi Cup is gone, guys. Like that little preseason, stretching of the legs, flirting with injury kind of tournament that really created some chaos in the beginning is gone by the wayside and is now in the form of this. And I don't hate it. I don't hate
I
it.
like it.
I like it. There's a lot of games during the season. We're still gonna have, other things during the season to contend with. So this will be fun. This will be a fun match. I'm excited to see this game, and I think it's gonna be a great game. It's gonna be on Amazon Prime, and it's gonna be in Red Bull Arena. So I don't know how they decided who's gonna get home, but clearly they put more clout in the NWSL Cup winner as opposed to the Shield winner. So there we go. It's probably gonna
Yep.
be still cold there, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, whatever. Sounds okay to me. I'm not going, but I'm excited for this game. I think it's going to be
Yes.
really cool. I don't know who I want to win, but part of me is thinking I want Gotham to put the smackdown on Wave. What do you think?
I mean, absolutely. If I were to have an East Coast, West Coast kind of team situation, I mean, yeah, I would cheer for Gotham. I mean, I love New York and I like what they're doing there. And we acquired a lot of people from that team, and now we're gonna get to see Rose Lavelle out there, and yeah, they got a lot of players over there, so it's fun. I'm excited to see how it is, and yeah, it'll be fun. But enough about them. Let's talk about us.
Let's talk
'Cause
about
we're
us.
we're the thing that's important. We're the team that people are tuning in to really pay attention to. So, let's talk about our 2024 home schedule. What do we like? What do we not like right now, Nina?
Oh my goodness. I like that we have a schedule. I like that we have weekend games. I like that it's here. We know what's happening. We can finally make plans. We've got a game kind of on the July 4th weekend. We got a July 6th. So that's super cool. And we've got Labor Day, September 1st. There's some good holiday weekend games that are thrown into this mix that if you wanted to travel to see like if you were in New York and you wanted to come in over here and hang out, you could
Mhm.
travel for something like that. So I'm very excited. I think you and I have the same most anticipated games. We're both looking forward to playing Gotham, but that home opener, whoa.
Oh, I'm so mixed on this, and you know why, but I'm excited we're playing Bay FC. So we'll get a little teaser of that game from the Coachella Valley Invitational, obviously. But yeah, I mean, they are opening up this season with probably what most people are going to start calling a big rivalry. I think a lot of people are anticipating this to be even bigger. I've seen people out there on Twitter saying that the San Diego Angel City rivalry was a little forced because we started at the same time. They feel like this one's a little more organic. And yeah, so I'm super excited about the fact that we're playing them. What I'm not excited about is, guys, I ran my first marathon 10 years ago this year. 2014 was my first marathon. And I decided last year I'm going to train very hard for the New York City Marathon. I want to try and at least prove to myself that I'm as good as I was 10 years ago. I want to know that if I train hard like I did then, I can still do the things I did then. So I'm training very hard for it. And what's very sad for me is the LA Marathon is on St. Patrick's Day, March 17th. So that means that the game on March 16th, I mean, it's gonna be fun, but I planned on being in bed at like 8 o'clock at night on Saturday. I wanted to be well rested. I'll get up at 4 a.m. on Sunday to get ready to get out to Dodger Stadium to get ready to run and everything. And so it's like, oh man, like that's totally gonna like not happen now because it's our home opener and I'm gonna be there. We're gonna be tailgating all day. But if I'm not drinking at the tailgate, guys, just you'll know why. just gonna
I'm sorry.
hydrate.
Mario made a really good point when we were texting with him earlier. He said, "You drink during the tailgate, then you don't drink at the game. You drink at the tailgate, you're sober by the end of the match. You go home, you sleep easy, you run."
I know, but I'm also thinking about the fuel that's in my body that's going to propel me through this race, and I don't need to be propelled by rosé and all that. So, I don't know. I just want to give myself the best chance that I can to do well in this race. So, we're just gonna play this one by ear. We're gonna have fun. If I skirt off before the end of the game, depending on what the score is, like that's all. It's all very like there's a lot of things that will play into it. If we're just
Are you saying
beating
it's a game
them
day decision?
right, exactly. If we're beating them like 3-0 and it's like the 70th minute and you see me just like scoot out, please don't get mad at me. There's a lot of games left in the season and I just want to survive this marathon on St. Patrick's Day because I also have to go after the marathon down to Ontario and work an Empire Strikers game that same day. So I'm going to be kind of the Walking Dead on this weekend. But either way, super happy for a schedule. Home games are going to be fun. Again, thankfully, there are only two midweek games. There's what, Thursday? And, oh,
I'm
no,
sorry.
no, no, there's three. Sorry, sorry, sorry.
I
There
just
are,
tried to read this. I gotta stop you. I got a squirrel moment. So casual FC, we know Mario put him in there, but I spent 10 minutes just now just trying to read it. I'm like, Badum Tiss.
oh my God, Nina. It's like doing a pod with Christian. Seriously, you guys, on the rails. Stay. Let's go. We've got a lot of content to cover. We're already over an hour, so I don't know how everybody's sticking it in here, but thank you so much. We have 3 games that are considered midweek. So, real quick, on Thursday, May 23rd is a Thursday. Wednesday, the June 19th is against Louisville, and then we also have a Monday game on September 23rd against Portland. Aside from those 3, everything else is a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I don't have a whole lot of complaints. Midweek games are hard, especially a derby, as we pointed out here in the chat. That is kind of lame. If you're going to have a derby game, that should be on a weekend. Like, could you not figure that out? Because what are you expecting? But I
Yeah.
digress. We can't do anything about it. We should be happy that we're playing somewhere at this point.
Yeah.
But let's
Let's
talk about
talk
the away
away days.
schedule. Yeah, let's talk about away days. There's a lot of fun things here, not just where to go, but what time to go.
Right?
So, yeah, the couple things that's pointed out to me, for the away schedule is, of course, on March 30th against Kansas City. It's an 11:30 a.m. game, so that has a brunch written all over it. I love that for
Yeah.
us. And also June 8th, the New York, New Jersey Gotham game is Saturday at 9:30 a.m. for us.
Okay, I'm low key excited for this.
I'm
I want to
so
do a PJ
excited.
party. I want to have so much fun with this. Like, there's something very fun about morning footy.
I cannot wait for pink pajama party mornings for this. It's gonna be so much fun for those. I know some people are like, I can't believe we have games this early. I'm like, I'm so happy. Like, we'll get through this game. We will be done with it by noon. We will be chill. We have the rest of the day. Like,
Yeah.
cool. Like, hopefully, we win and we celebrate and it'll be great. Aside from that, are there any away days that actually are like, exciting for you that we could
I mean,
consider?
I'm just excited that all of these away days are relatively travelable because they're all on Friday or Saturday.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to go to any away day, you really only need 1, maybe 2 days off of work to do it.
I mean, yeah, all these Saturday games, you leave on a Friday, get there Saturday, come home Sunday, you're set. It could be a late night too. So, I mean, yeah, that's exciting. I honestly, the June 8th game on Saturday, we have a lot going on in June, so it's probably not going to happen, but it would be fun to actually go out there for that. So,
Yeah, I'd have to check with my wallet on that one.
I know. I've checked for my wallet for a lot of things because we've got some vacations coming up that
Yeah.
are
You know what we
non-negotiable.
can
So,
do? We could
anyways, hit
drive up to Bay FC on June 22nd. It's a 7 PM game. It's a 4.5, 5-hour drive. You could leave here at noon and be at the game.
Okay,
I know you
moving
don't like
on.
our road trips.
Oh, God, no. All right. anyways, hit us up if you're going to go to any of these away games or what your thoughts are on these. Yeah, again, happy we have a schedule and now we can all start planning that.
Yeah,
Here's
Stacy points out in the chat, Portland will on November 1st will be Sinclair's last game, so that's a big one. I'm sure a lot of people are planning to travel for that.
yeah.
But yeah, there's lots going on. Fun away day schedule. So kind of
Glad
wrapping
someone's
that.
on the same wavelength as I am. I agree. I do not want to be in a car for that long.
What if we
Going
took a train?
to a train would be fine. Train would be fine.
Okay.
But I mean, those Southwest flights are so quick. Come on now. There's no reason not to do that. So, anyways,
Your
real
airport is Burbank. Mine is LAX. We're not the same.
I love Burbank Airport so much. All right. Real quick, here's a flash up on the screen, just what the schedule looks like. And we certainly wanted to point it out. So if you guys have any vacations you want to schedule, and this Angel City is really what kind of drives your train during the season, July and August are looking pretty skimpy in terms of games. So go on ahead and book those vacations during those times. Other than that, September looks like it's pretty full. June looks pretty full. Thankfully, though, the one week I need off, there's nothing going on. But this is a kind of a good snapshot of what the season looks like as far as the schedule. So thoughts, comments, concerns. I
We
love
know
that.
July and August are going to be slow because we got that Olympic break. But like you said, I'm booking that vacation. I am planning to go away for sure because I can watch those on TV from anywhere. Not like the chaotic schedule. You want to dive into this a little bit more with how to watch some of these games? Let's just look at how to watch NWSL games in March. Shall
All
we?
right. Yeah. So if you don't have 42 streaming platforms right now, you might need to get them all because you're going to need them to watch a lot of these games, unfortunately. Now, real quick, let me run through this. In the 2024 season, you can watch all the matches with either on weekly Friday night matches are going to be on Prime Video. Weekly Saturday night double headers are going to be on Scripps owned Ion Network. Regular season matches on the CBS television network and Paramount Plus, with additional matches airing on CBS Sports Network. ESPN will air the matches that we spoke about earlier. And of course, introducing another streaming platform because why not? Introducing NWSL Plus. So all remaining matches will be available for free on NWSL Plus. It's the league's first ever domestic direct to consumer streaming platform. Oh my goodness, Nina. It takes you 20 minutes to figure out where you're going to figure out a game. But thankfully, if you go to NWSL's website, it does tell you where all these games are going. So go
I
ahead,
gotta share this.
plan it out.
So Max has been in the chat. Max sent this to Amanda and I when we talked about where to watch, and I just got to share just a few minutes of it because I started laughing so hard.
Oh, can you get rid of us?
Oh, there we go. Now we're gone.
Okay.
All right. Oh, let me unmute this for you. Hold on. Technology
You wanna
always fun.
watch Netflix. I am subscribed to Netflix because it was a better deal than Blockbuster 24 years ago. For $15 a month, you get Sausage Party, The Pope's Exorcist, Young Sheldon, Old Dads, Bad Moms, Bad Boys, Bad Lieutenant, Bad
I
Santa,
laughed so hard.
Bad Vegan, Bad Grandpa, Dirty Grandpa, Stupid Boss, Ugly Betty, and Stinky Walter. You get Equalizer 3, Kung Fu Panda 3, and Croods 1, but Equalizer 1 and Croods 2 are only on Peacock. Equalizer 2 is on Hulu, and Kung Fu Panda 1 is on ViX. You get Gray Man, but not Rain Man. So you get the new Spider-Man, but not the first one, which is on Fubo TV. Since Disney owns Marvel, they don't have either. But you can watch the new old Spider-Mans and the old new Spider-Mans and the old Spider-Mans, except the newest old Spider-Man, which is only on Stars, which is $10 a month. With Stars, you also get John Wick 4, but not the first three, which have just been added to Netflix. However, Stars does offer you the movie Hitman, which is similar because both the characters are assassins. The sequel, Hitman Agent 47, is on HBO Max. $9 a month, or check out David Fincher's new movie The Killer on Netflix, which is like watching somebody play the game Hitman. But what if you don't like Hitmans? What if you want to watch Django? Well, I wish you never asked me that, because Netflix has the new Django show and they have Django and Django, but they don't have Django or Django, which is coming soon to Stars. A few dollars for Django can be rented on Amazon for a few dollars. Django
I'm dead.
Django is available on Tubi, and Hallelujah for Django is on Roku. If you love trolls like Leah, Netflix.
Okay, we're gonna stop there because it keeps going. But this was so freaking funny to me, and it's exactly how I felt when this came out.
It's so true. It's like you can't watch it here, but you can watch it there, but you can't watch this there, but you can watch it over there. So I don't know. I mean, I'm thankful we have ways to watch these games. Let's just start off with that. But man, does it make it confusing, and if you don't have all these streaming platforms, then, then you have to get them, and then if you wanna get them just for the season, and then you don't remember to cancel them at the end of the season, now you're paying for something you don't use. I mean, it's a conundrum, it's a whole lot of stuff, but either way, there is, something out there that does point out what platform each of these games are gonna be on, and Ugh, anyways, I don't even know, but hopefully we figure it all out. Thankfully, we can see them, and it's not like on some weird Facebook Live, like, shoddy stream on an iPhone or something. So,
Yeah, we might
we're
actually
not
just have to go to the games and live stream them for everyone so that way they can just follow us instead.
right. So, anyways, check it out. Go to NWSL. You can catch all that information about all that, how you can actually sign up for NWSL Plus as well is on there. It is free. I think Megan Linehan had said something about this on Twitter about it is free, but there is options for like purchase options. So there's paywalls there. But either way, do your research, look it up,
That's
and
like
find out
if you
if
don't
it's
pay, you get commercials in the middle of the game.
yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure what that's all about. So go to NWSL and look up NWSL Plus and figure out, what works best for you. Is it worth it? What games is it going to affect? And does it mean a lot to you? Or do you have a friend that maybe has that streaming service? Maybe you guys get together on game days. That's what we do. Or steal your friend's mom's login. I
Yeah,
mean, that
pro tip,
happens. I've
all the
never
time.
done that. Never done that.
Yeah. Netflix is thinking that my parents traveled so much that they no longer recognize my house as a travel location, unfortunately, so I finally had to get my own.
Valerie Kiefer lives here whenever I need, I think Paramount? Yeah.
Yeah,
I love that for me.
I
So,
love that for you too.
oh, all right, guys. We've talked about a
Ugh,
lot of things. I get that. There's a lot of information, but
free
we
stuff,
had to get it out here. Let's talk about good stuff. If you are a
free
season
stuff.
ticket holder, what are we getting?
We get a cooler bag. That's right. Season ticket member gift. They announced this actually right before we were set to podcast. And usually we don't see things until after we're done podcasting. So super excited to sneak this one in here. 2024 season ticket holders for Angel City are getting an exclusive Angel City FC insulated lunch bag, showcased here in the pictures as holding Heineken and Archer Roos wine.
Ooh, I love that. They know their crowd, don't they? We're not
Absolutely.
we're not putting Diet Coke and Cheez-Its in there, are we?
But information for pickup will be shared at a later date. Stay tuned for that.
All right.
We
Oh,
are we're
that was a
getting close
lot,
here.
guys. That was a lot. I've got to go catch the last part of this Empire Strikers game that is on Twitch right now. They're up in Tacoma playing, so I got to go catch that. I'm sure everybody needs to get to bed. Tomorrow is Friday. Happy Friday, all of you. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I think we need to end this like we always do with a quote. You got this, Nina?
Absolutely. There's still more news coming. We're still missing kind of a home kit, but
Oh,
that is
yeah.
for
Ooh.
another day. We
Oh,
are
yes.
still
I
waiting
did
on the edge of our seats for that.
I did put that in the notes. New home kit this year? Question mark. So be on the lookout for that. Obviously, we don't know anything about it. We haven't heard, but usually the way these things work, we should be getting a home kit this year. And I mean, I loved ours, that we've had. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they top that. So as soon as we find out anything or hear something, we will let you all know. All
All
right,
right.
let's go.
With quote, turning it to Becky Tweed. This is actually a throwback quote from when she re-signed with Angel City. And she says, I'm excited to have the opportunity to pick up where we left off. We aren't starting over. We're continuing to build and have unfinished business.
Yes, we do. I think we're just getting started. So excited for this team, so excited for this schedule, and so excited to be able to hang out with all of you on this amazing Thursday night. Nina,
Are you
in the
ready,
words of
Panda?
in the words of Shorzy, are we done?
Yep.
Good, because we're
Good. We're
going.
going.
Bye.
Bye.